Desjardins' most recent projections shows that rent inflation should slow down over the coming years in the country because of an increase in unemployment and low population growth. But Quebec is the exception in Canada. Tenants in the province should expect higher rent prices next year. In Ontario, for example, rent increases are set at a maximum of 2.5%, but in Quebec, the rate can vary. Last year, the province's rental board recommended a 4% increase, the largest single-year increase in years. If we compare the largest cities in both provinces, the average rent in October in Montreal was more than $1,900, and it was more than $2,600 in Toronto. And rents have been increasing faster here since the pandemic. The average Montreal rent last month was $400 more than 2019, but in Toronto, it was only $102 more.
It's surprising and not surprising at the same time. There is not a lot of measure in Quebec that is being, put in place to avoid or the aggravation of the housing crisis.
The province's Landlords Association points out that many landlords are struggling financially as well.
There is a bit of an increase in the rent, but for landlords, it's still difficult because what we don't see in those increases are the increases of the interest rate. So a lot of landlords are having a hard time to pay their mortgages.
Desjardins also says rent inflation could drop as the number of newcomers decreases and the country's economic growth slows. But even in that case, it says affordability will still be a challenge because rental units are short in supply.